Guys, welcome to the Florida Treasure Coast Market Update. Today we're going to talk about acreage, so stay with me.
You better get fired up.
Guys, great to see you. Welcome back after a nice, hopefully long, relaxing Memorial Day weekend. Today we're going to dip into acreage here in Port St. Lucie, which is a really tough find, but I like doing this video maybe every 6 to 8 months because I do get a lot of people who ask about it, especially people who aren't from this area and don't realize that we're cut up into perfect 0.23 acre lots everywhere. And so I want them to see that, yes, there are options, but man, are you going to pay through the nose for those options? Or at least that's what I'm telling them. Let's see if I'm right. I could be wrong, right? And I have not looked this up. This is going to be, I probably haven't looked up acreage here in maybe 4 to 6 weeks. So I could be off. I hope I'm off. Let's share a screen in here. What I'm about to show you is the MLS. It's the multiple listing service, and it's where every agent puts their listings. Yes, so you should be able to see it now. And when the listing hits this MLS, it goes out to all the major websites, right? So you're talking like Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, Realtor, eXp Realty, Keller Williams, Remax. All of them get that information from this, the MLS. So this is the hub. This is where it all starts. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, and there's a couple different ways to look up acreage, okay? And not every realtor uses both. So you got to look at both because you don't know what you're going to find. So we're looking at active properties. Also, there's a couple properties where they list the entire HOA. It's not an HOA, but it's like an HOA. I'm talking about Spanish Lakes. They list the whole doggone property as the square footage. So we're going to get a couple of those goofy suckers in here too. In fact, for that reason, let's just put single family home. May or may not get rid of some of those. So we've got 2,033 single family homes for sale right now in Port St. Lucie. That number's been dropping, which is a good thing for sellers in the area. Everybody's talking about how tough the market's getting, and I'm not saying it's not softening. It is, but those actives are coming down and those sales are going up. So that's a sight that I like to see personally. Okay, so there's a couple ways to do this. So the first way to do it is just type in right here. You got lot description, right? The challenging thing is you can't go 1+ acres. You have to check a whole bunch of boxes. So we're going to come check a whole bunch of boxes. We're going to check this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Boom, boom, boom. How many we got? We got 17. All right, so let's take a look at these 17. Let's see what we got. And you can see, too, looking at the map right here, right? Every green dot shows you the location of those properties. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 of them. Is that right? 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like 9 or 10 are west of Port St. Lucie. These are 1 acre properties, not 5 acres, not 10 acres, 1 acre properties. And these are single family home listings. Excuse me. So let's go ascending so we can see affordable options first, okay? So this one right here, we're looking at, it's not even correct. They just put it in incorrectly, right? So there's one that doesn't even count. So let's look at this next one. Did they put it in incorrect as well? Yep. They put it in incorrectly too. Okay, this one looks legit. So let's take a look at these photos. All right, main photo shows us a big old, I don't know what you call it here. Back in Minnesota, we called it a Quonset, right? It's like a big, nice metal garage. Look at that sucker. Look at the car over here. Look at it. You could probably fit 8, 10 of those cars in there. That's pretty awesome. Oh, man, we got an airport. Look at that. Look at that, boy. Okay, we saw. So this might not actually have a house on. Well, it's tough to tell. Is it just that garage or does it come with a house? 2,500 square feet. Lowest price air park prop with hangar. Yeah, I don't even know that this offers you a house. I think they're just talking about that little building there. So I don't think a lot of people are going to be interested in that. So looking at an acre plus, the cheapest property so far is $974,900 here. Okay. And again, what do we got for square footage? Let's go Control F. Acre. It's 1 to 2 acres. So you got a metal roof. That's nice. It's original, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful house. And you're going to pay money for that 1 to 2 acres, right? Because nobody has it here. Every seller you talk to, in my opinion, They overvalue their acreage, saying, hey, nobody else has it. If you want it, you got to pay for it. Everybody who doesn't has it says those people are crazy. The people who actually sell tend to be the people who the buyer comes up a little bit and the seller comes down to reality, and then they kind of meet in the middle there, right? Man, this property's got a pool too, and it's screened, and they got a nice backyard view, and they're on the water. Holy smokes. Yeah. Do not take what I just said as the fact that these people are overpriced. That's a beautiful property, but a lot of them tend to be overpriced. So here's one, $989. Look at this sucker. That's a pretty sucker, huh? Metal roof, beautiful property. Fence, man. I bet you could get some horses out here, right? And you're still under $1 million here, barely, but you are. This one's got a lot of nice features. Look at that ceiling. Look at the built-in with the wall and the TV and the fireplace, and you got the beautiful flooring. Yeah, it's staged really nicely, upgraded lighting, barn doors on what I'm assuming is the pantry, nice little hood, backsplash, stainless steel appliances, in-wall microwave, in-wall oven. That looks like probably a 2-3 inch quartz island. Nice little mini bar over here with a cooler, fridge, plenty of storage space, ceiling fan. Woo, this is pretty. This is pretty, man. Yeah, so there you go. But again, this is the second cheapest with a home on it, and you're looking at right under $1 million. Okay. So that's the second one. All the rest of these are over $1 million. Some of these are 5, 4.5, 3, 2, right? They're expensive. So now let's see if we missed something. We're going to come down to lot description. Let's get rid of it. And instead, what we're going to look at is lot square footage. So 43,560 is an acre. We've got 15. All right, let's see if we got any new that didn't pop up last time. Maybe we'll see here. Nope, that's the hangar. Okay, so we got one. Let's take a look. This one's $899. So there you go. Nice little stone front. Ooh, that's pretty. I like the granite. Nice big island. Gas, coffered ceilings, barn doors, open layout, little pond back there. Oh, yeah. Outbuildings. That's a pretty property. I don't know what that is. Maybe 4, 5, 6 acres, something like that. That's a pretty. Oh, that's it. We get 9 photos. Okay. So, guys, there you have it. That one's $899. There were 3, 4, something like that, under $1 million, but the cheapest one was $899. And again, that's only looking at an acre. That's not looking at 5+ acres, 10+ acres. So what's the overarching story? If you want acreage and you want to be in Port St. Lucie, you're either going to pay at least $900,000 for it, or you're going to want to start to look at other areas, right? Could you go buy a lot for an acre or more? You could. Those lots are also going to be very expensive. What's the story if you're a seller? And we didn't get into the data on this. So I like to be data driven, but I will say if I look up actual sales, you're going to find sales that are $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, right? And the reason is a lot of times those properties will sit forever because again, you've got the seller saying my property's worth $1 million. You've got the buyer saying I'll give you $400,000, and they just never sell. It takes someone coming down into reality and a buyer coming up a little bit more than maybe they should to marry and say, okay, we'll get this done. And then you're one of the rare people in Port St. Lucie that has an acre plus. It's just rare. Going to the outskirts of Fort Pierce, Vero Beach, even some of the addresses that are Okeechobee can feel somewhat like Port St. Lucie. And you might even get more than an acre. You might get 5, 10 acres. And you might be more reasonably priced. It's just very challenging here to get that acreage. And I think that's important to see. So again, if you're looking for acreage, I wouldn't say don't look in Port St. Lucie, but I would say, what's your budget? And if you're giving me a number that starts with a 5 or less, I'm probably going to tell you it's going to be very, very, very challenging for you. So guys, there you go. If there's something else you'd like me to delve into, every single week I'm here on Wednesday at 11 o'clock for the Florida Treasure Coast Market Update, where I go into a different portion of the market to educate you. Thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your week. Take care.